Yeah, peeing in a pot, a bit unconventional, but to Darwin it made perfect scientific sense. Right, I know which one I prefer to drink. The sugar solution, but that's food for me. But for a plant, the urine would be the right food.
That's it, it's got nitrogen.
Right.
So, let's see what happens.
Okay. It seems very bizarre. There we go. Won't spill a drop. Now, let's pop him on there.
The urine, like egg white, is very rich in nitrogen.
All done.
Right.
So all there is to do is come back tomorrow and see what the results are.
That's it. We'll do that.
Right, okay. Brilliant.
Okay.
The sundew takes 24 hours to fold over its sticky tentacles and devour the trapped food. But the sundew is a fussy eater. It will only close round the foods that it wants to eat. If the tentacles don't curl over, then the meal has been rejected.
Okay, Toby, let's have a look at the results. First up, sausage. What's happened? It's had a... Well, it's sort of... Tentacles has grabbed it a little bit, but it's nothing major, is it?
No, it's some reaction.
It's still there, and then egg, I mean, that's a massive reaction compared.
Well, that has actually produced this sort of cup-like effect with the leaves. All the tentacles have grabbed hold of the piece of egg white,
right,
and it's actually trying to digest it, much like our stomachs, even exuding an acid.
Right, okay, it's amazing. So, sausage did, egg did as well.
Definitely.
As a positive. Sugar. Now, we were a bit suspect of the sugar.
Yeah.
And we've had the same results as Darwin. There's no response.
Nothing's happened.
So I'll put a negative on that one. And last but not least, it's the urine. Well, that's had a major effect
Again,
as well.
really curled over that one.
So, obviously, nitrogen.
Yeah, it's looking for the nitrogen in the urine.
Yeah.
No nitrogen in the sugar, no use to it.
Yeah, no effect. But the urine, massive effect.
A dream result for Darwin, and for us. The more nitrogen in the food, the more forcefully the sundew reacts. Boiled egg and my very own urine are the clear winners. Darwin's ingenious experiment in his greenhouse proves why sundews eat insects. In boggy ground, insects are the sundew's main source of nitrogen. This gives them the edge over other plants, and that is why they evolved such extraordinary adaptations to catch insects. But Darwin does not stop there. As always, he has another question. Many years earlier, Darwin sketched out how he sees evolution. The tree of life he drew represents different plants and animals evolving over millions of years. Darwin's radical theory is that all plants and animals are related, and that a long way back in time, animals and plants must share a single common ancestor. Darwin thinks he might be able to find evidence for this shared ancestry in insect-eating plants. Now he investigates a faster and more brutal species, the Venus flytrap.
When you talk about insect-eating plants, the science fiction world, this is the plant you think of, and you imagine it with the big snapping jaws.
That's right.
This is the Little Shop of Horrors, carnivorous plant.
Yeah.
But Darwin here, I mean, he tested the response of this plant by putting various hairs and pieces of cotton through it and to see what it would respond to.
Yeah, he's looking at the sensitivity of the trap, really.
Using the thread, Darwin studies the trap in action, and I'm going to do the same. The 3 tiny hairs on the inside of each leaf are the trigger. When an insect touches them, the trap will close.
So this would represent a nice big fat juicy fly.
Yeah,
its
that's
legs
right. Yeah.
moving around.
And hopefully we should see it close.
There it goes. Look at that.
And it was swift, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
really swift.
not going to let anything go.
The mechanism is very quick. It has to be to catch a fly. But Darwin is curious about the signal between the trigger hairs and the hinge of the trap. He asks, could it be possible that the leaves might possess some botanical equivalent to nerves and muscles? If the Venus flytrap really does possess nerve cells, it might provide evidence that plants and animals have a common ancestor. Darwin comes up with a rather dangerous test to explore this, and I'm a bit worried because Toby and I are about to try it too.
Darwin thought that it had some sort of nervous system, so he wanted to knock it out, didn't he, basically?
That's right. I mean, he was basically trying all sorts of poisons on these plants, one of them being chloroform.
Right.
It basically knocks out our nervous system, so why not on the plant?
Now, we've got to be careful, because what I don't want is to wake up a week later, me and you have both been knocked out.
But I'm going to leave this bit to you. There's some goggles.
Right, goggles. It seems one of these mad things, isn't it, that he was very keen on doing. So, as soon as I do this, bell jar on. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Take a deep breath. Okay. Perfect.
Whew. Right.
Well, we can slightly smell that now. So, now we'll see if we knock the plant out.
If the plant has a nervous system like an animal, the chloroform should anaesthetise it. And we can test this by brushing the hairs of the trap to see if it closes. But we need to wait till tomorrow to give the chloroform time to work.
Right, ready. Off we come. No, there's no smell. That's fine. Now let's just test to see if these shut or not. So if we've totally knocked them out, they shouldn't respond. We got a good response yesterday from them. Come on, let's pop you in there. Oh, no, there we are, look, closed. So it hasn't. The chloroform hasn't knocked out the plant.
Darwin gets similar results with the Venus flytrap. From this and other experiments, he concludes that he was wrong, and that the nervous system of an insect-eating plant must be different from that of an animal. But we now know in a wider sense, Darwin was right. Although plants don't have nerves like animals, modern genetics has confirmed that plants are related to animals. For years, Darwin grapples with his ideas, which undermine the scientific and religious orthodoxy of the day. All the while, he remains the perfect country gentleman. Every week, he takes his wife Emma and children to the local church a quarter of a mile away. As I walk round their church, I can't help but wonder how Darwin dealt with Emma's faith that never wavered.
Although, to begin with, he was quite religious, after developing his theory of evolution, he lost his religious beliefs. So this place really, in a way, represented an element of personal turmoil for Charles Darwin.
His determination to pursue his science in the face of religious disapproval continues to astound me. I imagine even as he sits in the pews, new questions about evolution constantly pop into his head.